So the Jewish National Fund was created in the late 18th century by Jewish people who wanted to help green the Holy Land. In 1994, there was an opportunity now to start contributing to the wider community in South Africa. So they went and spoke to Nelson Mandela, and they asked Nelson Mandela where they thought that the expertise of the JNF would be most suited. And he suggested that here in Mamelodi there would be a good opportunity, and so they started with the Nelson Mandela Peace Park, and from there the centre grew, and we have a pensioners garden and also the Walter Sisulu Environmental Centre, which eventually became part of that. And the reason that they named it the Walter Sisulu Environmental Centre was Walter Sisulu went to Israel as part of his 5-nation tour in the early 60s. So there was those connections to the place and the connections to the local Jewish community and the surrounding community. The centre is very much a community-based centre in partnership with a variety of stakeholders that are able to actually create the space that is here.
Angiosperms are divided into two. We have the monocots, we have the dicots. What are monocots? I'm an environmental education facilitator. Bana he batlile ba school and then ba ruta ka environment, and we take care of the learners. Re ba ruta ka biodiversity, waste, water and energy.
We educate all the communities and the schools especially, and our focus is on environmental education, and it's very practical and it's involving the learners, and they participate the whole time.
People can come and learn one of 5 things. They can go to the electricity and energy room, they can go to the water room, they can go to the biodiversity room, there's the outside classroom, and there's also the waste room. And that's generally what the kids do, but the teachers also need to learn how to do that themselves as well. So they will come here and they will come and learn and do seminars on how to teach the environment more effectively. So there's many people who can get education by coming through the centre.
Do they have chlorophyll?
Yes.
Do they reproduce by spores?
No.
Bana ba tshwanetse hore ba itse ka environment ya bona. They can take care of their environment so that they can take care of their places at home. Without them taking care of their environment, they will waste the resources like water. And since South Africa is a water scarce country, and that we have a problem.
So the Pensioners Garden is an area that is set aside from the centre where people, anyone really, but it's mostly used by pensioners from the community, can come and grow food, and they're given support in the form of water and in the form of seeds and fertilizer, and with that they're able to grow food and then either use it for their families or sell it to make money for their other purposes.
Cabbage, anyaniso, pampone, everything. Pampone, dennis, bottle, carrots, everything.
Each one is given a plot of land. They rent it for a nominal fee. I think it's like 15 Rand a year, something like that. And then they're able to use that and grow whatever they want. With the JNF's background in planting trees, we felt there was a very specialized piece of knowledge that we could help with the community of Mamelodi. And so it's a community forestry-based nursery, and from there we grow the trees, and there's been many thousands of trees that have now been planted in Mamelodi thanks to the nursery.
They've benefited the community quite a lot, because sometime last year we did a visit, Krista and I, at Nelmafias. So there are some of the people who are benefiting from the trees as well, because what we usually do is that we plant 1 shade fruit and also 1 fruit tree. So some of the people who are unemployed, they are getting some of the fruits from the trees which we've planted during the previous years, but they do sell most of the fruits which those trees are producing.
People nowadays, they keep on cutting trees, doing furniture, doing firewood, doing baskets, so many things, but those people are not planting. There is a say that if you cut, you have to plant something so that we can have our green vegetation.
We are partners with RMB, And they have invited all these people here because of the Roodeplaats Dam, which is in a bad situation. So it's very much polluted, and they are very much concerned that it must be cleaned up.
The wonderful thing about today is seeing that you have community members that are actively working towards cleaning the tributaries that feed into the Roodeplaat Dam. They don't get any incentive to do that, but the reason why they are collaborating with us is understanding that, you know, they are reliant on water. Their societies, their communities, their families are reliant on this water body, and they've taken it upon themselves to then orchestrate and mobilize and putting groups together to then clean the dam.
Through our environment program of the RMB Fund, we focus on education for a green economy. We've started this sideline conversation that is getting alarmingly big, very collaborative, which is exactly how we like to operate.
One needs to understand that one cannot just operate in silos any longer. You definitely need the expertise, the local knowledge of everyone to come together and then affect these changes and to come to a solution to the dam.
I think what Derek Aries means to the JNF is that they are having an opportunity to use the skills and knowledge that they've learned both in the Jewish community and in Israel for other people. So you can take the lessons that we have learned in terms of getting water out of the desert, for example, in Israel, and use it to help other countries that are trying to have the same problem. So there's many ways that we can contribute and help bring people together around solving common challenges.